What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. It's October 1st. Crazy. Summer's gone, baby. They ain't coming back until next year. So, what's that mean? That means fall fishing. That means today's October 1st. That means bow season open today. That means duck hunting season open today because the North Shore this morning sounded like popcorn going off. Pop, 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 pop. Ow! I'm like, right on, baby. Unless, of course, you're on the side of the ducks. Like, if you're a duck fan, quite a few of them took it on the chin. There were guys off the point at Toad Harbor this morning, and I thought to myself, I wonder what time they had to be there to be first in that spot. Now, I've done a lot of crazy stuff in my old days, when I was younger. I remember Captain Moneo and I, probably Captain Robin Sheltra, maybe a few others, were in Oswego Harbor at midnight setting up lights and decoys, going back to the truck so we could be there first in the spot that we wanted, hunting the outer wall, for late duck opener western zone, and setting the light on the break wall so when other guys came out later on, they knew that that spot was already spoken for and they could adjust accordingly. I wondered, and if you guys are watching, who know, or if anybody knows that group, how early did you get there to be the first one there? And then after you were there, how many people came down the road going, shit, I should have got up earlier? You guys know with me, that's one thing. I will always err on the side of being earlier than later. I'm always up early. I never say to somebody, I did when I was younger for whatever reason. I didn't quite grasp a lot of things, which a lot of us can attest to. I didn't grab some of the subtleties that I wish I had in those days. I'd be like, no, we're good. We don't have to meet at the ramp until 7. And thinking, I'll just slide right down to the spot I want, and boom, it'll be mine, and the angels will sing, and we'll just have a fish on every single cast. Only to get to that spot and there's somebody already there, and you're like, oh, curses! If I just would have got up, because, listen, sleep, sleeps, bed's bed, get out, get up, let's go. I got no time for this. We gotta go. And people that fish with me, or have fished with me, always know I always go for, well, let's be there earlier than later. So that was curious this morning to see what was going on, the sounds of fall. And I found a windward side on the big islands here, and right off the bat, nice big keeper walleye. Next drift, big sheep's head, which took it so good I thought it was a big walleye. I wanted it to be a big walleye. It wasn't a big walleye. It was a big golden slab side, but boy did they tug. They tug. I really do love fighting them, because there's always that moment of, man, maybe it's something really big and really cool. There are big, enormous walleyes that swim in this lake. There are big, giant smallmouth that swim in this lake. I got a picture yesterday sent to me of a 5-pounder on the A-rig from Brown Dog Tackle owner and creator Ian Renfro. This thing was a monster, a tankosaurus, which has made me want to throw it all morning. But so, and then the perch wouldn't leave me alone in between. I found a little spot and I went back on this 150 yard drift about 10 times. And the first 2 times I had big species on. The third drift I had a big something on, head shake off, fishing that big purple moonshine today. That's funny enough, that's the only lure I had with me, because my 2 boxes that have been mobile for the last 2 days are on the kitchen table right at the house. I had that tied on from yesterday because we ended yesterday fishing deep, and so I was like, okay, no big deal. And I started with it this morning, And I don't normally go with the bigger one in anything less than 20 foot. But I was started at 20 foot, and then I drifted in onto this wall. And I didn't do anything. When I got south of 17 feet, that's when stuff started happening. From 17 to 14. Once I got too close to that, or too exposed, that maybe if they were up there, they didn't want to play. They were right on that little crown, sitting off of it, and they were right there. And those fish wanted to eat, and there was other fish there, and I marked them. This is day 3 of this northeast wind, weird. You know, Mike Urema said to me yesterday morning, he goes, the only thing worse than a north wind is a northeast wind. We had a north wind yesterday, we have northeast today. It's not hard, but it's northeast. You know, I'm just always of the mindset, well, I'm going anyway, so I'm going to give it my best. This is 3 days now. Thursday, there was 4 of us in that boat, and all 4 of us were good fishermen. We had a couple little flurries, but for what we marked while with Tony, we should have just annihilated them. Thursday afternoon, I go out with Larry Mazer and Eric. God, I'm going to mess Eric's name up again. Eric Mack. Let's just shorten it. And we went and did the A-Rig show. Now, those 2 are really good sticks. I mean, Larry's been on the tournament trail for 20 plus years, he told me. Guy knows his stuff, completely rigged up. They'd only had 5 smallmouth that morning while I was out walleye fishing. I jumped in the boat, and I think we had 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon while we were filming the how-to video, which was awesome. But he was seeing fish. He had the live scope going. I mean, like, we were the only couple times where we saw fish actively on the live target was when we started to have a little flurry, and then it was boom, boom, boom. So my guess is that was the same group, and you picked off a few of the most aggressive ones. Now this morning, that bite was right first thing when I got out here. I found them, and I got right on them, and then it stopped, and I went back over that same little drift. They were still there, but they were done. So maybe they fed hard last night. I don't know. So yesterday, Mike talked about the moon phase, and then there's the group of people that are in the wind phase. You know, what's the most important factor to fish biting? Behavior? Success? I don't know. I've never paid attention to either of them. The wind, yes, only because you had to decide whether you were going to do the trip or not do the trip. But as far as like now, the only reason the wind matters to me on a daily basis now is to just how comfortable I'm going to be and where I'm going to go, out of sheer comfort if it's that bad. But you know, normally the winds here is not defining. So, and I don't ever pay attention to the moon because I was always of the mindset I'm going anyway. So, like if I looked at the thing and said, "Oh, the moon's not going to be good today," I'm not going to go. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, and because I'm still going to go. Like, but it would be curious. I'm going to pay attention more to it now, I think, and I'll post the app. Mike had an app on his phone that he said he liked a lot, and he said it proved it to him this year on tour when he was fishing those national walleye tournament events. That the pro anglers were highly keyed into it, which, you know, I guess anybody that does something at a professional level, there are things they're going to know that maybe the rest of us aren't. So there's a tip right there. I'll get the app. I know John Burroughs had mentioned it to me before. He would say, "Oh, today is and his app did it on a number of fish scale, like 0 to 5. You know, he'd be like, "Oh, today's a 4, today's a 5," and I don't know that I paid attention if it directly correlated or not, but I'm gonna now. And let's see. I'm out here every day anyway. Let's do some science. We'll do an experiment. So, starting tomorrow, part of the morning report, I will do the moon deal. We always talk about wind anyway. So today it went north to the northeast. It was stiffer this morning, probably 10 this morning. It's down to 5 now. Temps when I left the dock at 6:30 were in the low 40s. Not much wind blowing at all. Told you what we caught. Water temp is 60.4 out here in 20 foot of water in the West End. So it's moving around. These colder nights are going to make it move quick. So, all right, have a great weekend. This was long-winded, but I think there was a lot of information in there that people can put into use in their own deal, which is why I said it. So thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll see everybody out here tomorrow. We have a couple new videos up from this past week, so please go give them some love. Check them out. I think you'll like them. And we got a lot of really cool stuff coming up to be released, the full-length videos that we release at night. So we got a trip with Tony, we got a trip with Larry Mazer, we got a trip with Mike Urema, we got a lot of great stuff, a Salmon River, a short Salmon River trip. So stay tuned. We got a ton of stuff going. Thanks everybody for watching and following and supporting. And please, you can do it every day. Share, spread the word, share. If you guys share out there, it's more than I can do alone. You know, thousands of people a day now are coming to the channel. If everybody shared it, I would be right on. Have a great weekend. Do something fun, even if it's not fishing, which there's not a lot of things as fun as that. All right, everybody, have a great day. Keep your tip up.